Okay, there's probably gonna be some weird music for this one because this is like the first thing I ever. This is like the first thing I ever kind of. This is the first thing I ever released, like on BandLab. So it's like I didn't even have like I have a MIDI keyboard now, right? I have all this. I have that keyboard. I didn't have that keyboard when I made this album other than the last song. But my concept for this video is like naturally like Trump's presidency. You know, that's a more right wing, obviously, thing, right? So then naturally, it's the progression might be what's next for the left because we kind of covered it in the last video. Like, Kamala really, I remember her. Oh, see, I might have to use Google on this, but Kamala really shifted right, kind of, for on some issues during her campaign, as it seemed like a campaign strategy was to shift right to try and get voters. I just remember which with like the border stuff, it was very right wing rhetoric, and she was even like basically competing with Trump. Like, well, Trump didn't build the wall during his first term with the border anyway, and Trump didn't get the wall built, and I don't know. Basically, she was like, "We're doing better with Trump with the border and the wall," which then I hear it's so easy for the right wing people to spin that of like, oh, the borders are Kamala Harris's god. Now with Trump, everything's different. Trump's like, oh, we just need a different border security, and now everything's fixed because I'm Trump and it's the golden age. It's so stupid, but people are so dumb that they believe him. I just want like more examples of Kamala moving right other than the border because that's the only one I can think of is the border. But I do remember there being like two or three things, you know. I'm just trying to find something. Ah! Ay, ay. Oh man, no, you need a stupid email. 4 issues Kamala changed her position on. Fracking. Okay, so she reversed her position on fracking and went more right by saying she wanted to ban fracking, but then went back on it basically. Decriminalizing border crossings. So she got more right wing about decriminalizing border crossings. Electric vehicle mandate, I don't care. Oh yeah, she has been way stronger about advocating for a Medicare for all system in the past. Probably during when Bernie Sanders was running to compete with him, because these are all bitches trying to hop on Bernie's dick with the left wing stuff, because he actually has a base clearly, because he's actually left wing, because we can all kind of tell he's actually left wing, because he's been saying the same stuff about healthcare his whole existence in American politics. He's been an advocate for Medicare for all his whole existence in politics, I think, basically. So yeah, basically Kamala advocated more for Medicare for all in the 2020 cycle, and then 2024 obviously said nothing about it. But that's an example of the Democrats shifting right by starting to care about social issues more. I just remember there was a talks, especially even more from like right wing people potentially like Asman, like these Democrats. Basically, what Asman said is Democrats have advantages on issues, which is, I mean, I knew other people have said that too, and it's just like we don't capitalize on it basically, and that's my argument of basically like Democrats have advantages on issues, but we don't know how to play politics where the right does. Right, the right knows how to play politics, the left doesn't, even if we have the issues, right? Even though I think the right's about to lose, I don't think the right's gonna know how to play politics. I don't think anyone's gonna know how to play politics in 10 years other than me, which is maybe I'll be president, but. Trust me, I know how to play politics. Oh my god, I think everyone else kind of lost how to. Shit. It's all weird to hear this stuff sometimes, but I want to play. Can I? Can I get more like focused about what I play for you guys? Maybe we'll like really listen to the music this time. This is my best song. This is the best song I made. I'll turn up a bit. It's called Extra Midi Extra. Well, maybe it's not the best song I made, but it has number one potential, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, those are examples of Kamala shifting right. So basically, Kamala is just a figurehead in the machine. So what that shows is definitely more broadly, the left was moving to the right, right? Democrats are moving further and further to the right. My music stopped, man. Democrats are moving further and further to the right, probably because conservatives are moving more to the right, and we're moving to the right in response. I keep saying we. Sorry, I'm used to identifying as a Democrat, and everything's shifting more to the right. So I guess what probably happens is that we start seeing more extremism in the U.S., which means like everything's gonna shift right, but then there is probably gonna be a counterculture that's gonna shift more left too and make it more extreme. But then it almost ends up that like that sect of the left doesn't identify with the Democrats. Instead of identifying with the Democrats, like Bernie Sanders is trying to be a Democrat basically the whole time. Maybe we see more third party action. Maybe we see more like extremely left leaning people are like, okay, they're like disenfranchised by the Democratic Party, so then we start seeing them, maybe we start seeing more like a third party. I can't play my Extra Midi Extra song for some reason, even though it's my best song. But here's an old one. I made this when I did my personality wasn't split. I was really hoping I'd get cut off a little bit on that one. But I made this when I wasn't split, so it's like really interesting to hear. I can't sing like this anymore. I can't at all. I didn't have murder on my mind, but then, you know what I'm saying, I'm making a reference. It's a little surreal to listen to that now, because it's just, you can kind of tell, like, something big's gonna happen mentally, low-key. But yeah, I'm just replaying in my bed. Kamala Harris has shifted to the center on these 5 issues. Fracking, once again. EV mandate. I don't know what an EV mandate is. I'm thinking about Pokemon. Defund the police. Okay, so she was probably more radical about defunding the police compared to 2024. Obviously, building the border wall, that's the one I can think of. Mandatory gun buyback program. She threw her support behind it in 2020, but then didn't in 2024. So as you can see, like, Kamala Harris's political positions are not well thought out. She's just hopping around just like she hops around her men, you know? She's just hopping around issue to issue, just like she's hopping around man to man. Whew, I just dissed her. That's what happens when you go to Beyonce parties. Fuck Beyonce and Jay-Z. I hope they get what's coming to them. That's what I'll say. But if Kamala deserves what's coming to her, I hope she gets what's coming to her too. It's universal, you know what I'm saying? Like, you corrupt love. That's why I have an album called Pink Party in the last video I was playing. It's called Pink Party. You know, because F these white and black parties, we need pink parties because we need love, you know what I'm saying? Here, I'm gonna try and play you my good song. I think I can do it. I just have to do it a different way. Like, this will play it, right? That's funny. Yeah, it's playing. This one's dope. This one's just dope. But so yeah, what is next for the left? So we can speculate third-party issues, or like we can speculate like there might be more third-party action with the left. But I don't. Basically, I guess the broader point is we don't really know what's next for the left. Because we've seen mainstream Democrats shift more right-leaning, but what's next for the Democrat, or like actual really left-wing people, I think it seems unknown. I think it seems pretty unknown what is next for left. I'm even gonna ask the AI. I yeah, I'm just gonna end it. I'm gonna say I think what's next for the left, and maybe broader politics in America, especially for Democrats, are largely unknown because technology has really changed everything, and I think we live in a more push and pull local society than we did before, and I think that's truly how things changed, is that like your local politics, like your local politics at work and at home and in your communities are gonna start to feel like they matter so much more than they did before because I don't know, we're not going to have like national support because it's a conservative presidency. We're going to see more like all states' rights, emphasis on local and state communities compared to the national government. So we're going to start seeing like, I don't know, like I already know like workplace politics are going to matter so much more. And I have to deal with the weirdest workplace politics, but we all got our stuff, I suppose. But I don't know, that's really all I can think of. What's next for the left? I don't know.